Assalamualaikum to Madam Jaslina and our fellow classmates. So today our group will be presenting about strategic performance measurement and sustainability. Before we start the presentation, I would like to introduce my group members. So we have Muhammad Mustafa bin Jamal Abdul Nasir, Wan Eli Fazana binti Waruzaini, Nurul Aisyah binti Ghazali, Nurul Syafiqah binti Zainuddin, and lastly we have Mimi Shakira binti Aminuddin.
This presentation will be divided into three parts, which is first, measuring sustainability performance that consists of sustainability and management accounting, sustainability performance measurement, and also non-financial measurement. And then we'll continue with balance scorecard that will explain about its definition, advantages and limitation, and also its application. The last part will be benchmarking that will present about its definition, advantages and limitation, type of benchmarking, and at last, its application.
Before that, we need to know what is sustainability. Sustainability refers to the ability to maintain or support a process continuously over time. In business and policy context, sustainability seeks to prevent the depletion of natural or physical resources so that they will remain available for the long term. Sustainable policies emphasize the future effect of any given policy or business practice on humans, ecosystem, and the wider economy. The concept often corresponds to the belief that without major changes to the way the planet is run, it will suffer irreparable damage. According to Dixon and Fallon, a sustainability management accounting system (SMAS) refers to sustainability and management accounting concepts and practices dealing with environmental and social issues. Sustainability has been accepted as an integration of three performance aspects, which are economic, social, and ecological system, which is environment, that company requires to sustain development. The main area of development are related to human, social, economic, and environmental aspects that companies need to disclose in the form of triple bottom line reporting. Therefore, a SMAS identified by this study aims to capture more accurate cost accounting data on environmental and social impact and allocating costs to a single product.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Wan Eli Fazana binti Waruzaini, and today I will be discussing about performance management and sustainability. So the awareness on performance sustainability among top managers has influenced the performance management. This means that other than financial matters, there are other aspects that must be considered in measuring performance sustainability. A technique that is commonly used to measure performance sustainability is through triple bottom line. This approach suggested that business activities will impact these three aspects. The first aspect is environmental, which means the impact of business towards the environment and ecosystem. The second aspect is social, which means the impact of business towards their company stakeholders. And lastly, the economic effect, which means the impact on business towards international and nationwide economy. Economic effects not only focuses on company's growth, but also focusing on giving economic benefits for society as a whole. So using triple bottom line approach, long-term goals are influenced by enhancing different types of capital. So in environment aspect, the types of capital that will be affected are natural resources such as land, water, and air. So some companies are fully relying on the use of natural resources in business activities. Therefore, it is important for them to make sure that their business operations are maintaining environmental sustainability. The second aspect is social. So there are two types of resources in this aspect. For example, human, like knowledge, skill, and experience, and also social resources like relationship throughout the organization. So stakeholders are the important backbone in maintaining good performance. Therefore, companies should focus on good relationship and prioritizing stakeholders' needs. The last one is economic. So there are two types of capital, which are financial capital and manufacturing. So the focus in economic is to generate revenues while giving economic benefits to society as a whole.
Let's move to the non-financial measures. Non-financial measures basically refer to the measures used that assess the activity that organizations regard as important to the achievement of their strategy objective. There are two examples of non-financial measures which are benchmarking and balance scoreboard. Next, there are many benefits of non-financial measures. First, the non-financial measure can supplementing accounting measure with non-financial data about strategic performance. The company can communicate by provide incentive to the employee to address long-term strategy. Next, it's more forward-looking which they can provide explanation from financial outcomes and they are more productive as a post-reactive like financial measures. Then, non-financial measures more timely, which non-financial measures are more up-to-date. Its manager can respond timely to increase the effectiveness of the strategy of the company. Lastly, non-financial measure more extendable and easier to relate to, particularly at the operational level.
Balance scorecard. What is balance scorecard? The term balance scorecard (BSC) refers to a strategic management performance metric used to identify and improve various internal business functions and their resulting external outcomes. Used to measure and provide feedback to organizations, balance scorecards are common among companies in the United States, the United Kingdom, Japan, and Europe. Data collection is crucial to providing quantitative results as managers and executives gather and interpret the information. Company personnel can use this information to make better decisions for the future of their organization. The scorecard can provide information about the firm as a whole when viewing company objectives. An organization may use the balanced scorecard model to implement strategy mapping to see where value is added within an organization. A company may also use the BSC to develop strategic initiative and strategic objective. This can be done by assigning tasks and projects to different areas of the company in order to boost financial and operational efficiencies, thus improving the company's bottom line.
I will be explaining the advantage of using balanced scorecard. So balanced scorecard provides better strategic planning. So using balanced scorecard, it provides structure for strategy planning by outlining aspects that should be measured by the company. This allows a more systematic planning which can increase effectiveness. The second benefit is it promotes better communication. Balanced scorecard is usually described in diagrams, which is easier for stakeholders to understand strategic plans and it avoids unnecessary data. The third benefit is to promote better goal congruence. So using balanced scorecard, it allows goal congruence because having strategic goals are clearly mapped out, it helps staff working for the same goals. The last benefit is effective reporting. So by using balanced scorecard, business objectives can be categorized into various perspectives, thus resulting in more concise performance reports, and this leads to better decision making.
There are limitations while using business scorecard. I will discuss 4 of it. Firstly, balanced scorecard is too complicated for some organizations. Organizations have to increase the number and breadth of performance measures when they adopt BSC. Many organizations find it complex for evaluating business unit performance because BSC has large number of performance measures across several perspectives. If an organization wants to adopt BSC, it has to establish clear and real cause and effect relationship between different measures. Next, balanced scorecard may be too restrictive and also may not be able to cope with a fast-changing business environment. The market is changing rapidly nowadays and it takes time to construct a BSC system in the organization. Important element for an organization change every day. Next, Balanced scorecard may result in employees paying attention to the areas measures, since BSC outlined what the organization strategies and all the areas that will be measured. Employees will start to pay attention to these areas so that they can get high rewards through good performance in this area. They will ignore areas that won't be assessed because they won't get reward from these areas, and this can become a weak point of the organization. And lastly, balanced scorecard may have a high cost. Balanced scorecard requires an organization to think from and set target in financial perspective, customer's perspective, business process and learning and growth perspective. This requires not only deep understanding of the overall strategies of the organization, but also the separation of the strategies into different departments.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Syafiqah Zainuddin and I'll be explaining the application of balanced scorecard in Rockwater Energy Solution. As a company that is facing a change in competitive landscape, Rockwater have aligned their company vision to focus more on new expectations that center around customer service and building strong customer relationship. Therefore, the CEO and the senior management team in Rockwater have developed their new vision by using a balanced scorecard. The new vision of Rockwater is to provide the highest standard in terms of strategy and quality to their clients. To support that vision, Rockwater create 5 strategic elements, which is service that surpass customer expectation and needs, high level of customer satisfaction, continuous improvement of safety standard, cost and effectiveness, high quality employees, and also realization of shareholder expectation. All of these strategies element has been expressed in 4 perspectives in a balanced scorecard that consists of financial, customer, internal control, and growth perspective. In financial perspective, Rockwater have included measurement to show what important to each shareholder. Therefore, they have focuses to measure its return on capital employed, its long and short-term shareholder value, and also cash flow monitor short-term return to ensure and manage its long-term performance. In order to do so, Rockwater have added 2 financial management, which are project profitability that help them focus on project as the basic unit for planning, and also sell backlog to help them reduce uncertainty in performance. So next, we will see customer perspective through Rockwater. To support their customer perspective, Rockwater have established 2-tier system for customer management and recognition. They divide their customer into 2 groups in order to recognize the distinction between them. So in tier 1, the system consists of all companies that want to build long-term relationship with supplier. What Rockwater did is employ an independent organization to do monthly and annually customer satisfaction. Meanwhile, in tier 2 customer, Rockwater group the oil company that choose supplier solely based on basis of price. Therefore, to attract this type of group, Rockwater use in-depth price index. By using this kind of approach, it's helped Rockwater to stay within cost competition and was able to deliver its value to its customer that is looking for stable relationship at the same time. For the following perspective, which is internal process, Rockwater have defined the life cycle of a project from the beginning when they divide its customer into 2 groups until its customer satisfaction has been fulfilled. They have developed the series of measures for each of the 5 business process phases in the project cycle. The cycle consists of identifying, winning, preparing, performing, and close out. What Rockwater did to fulfill its customer satisfaction in this life cycle is firstly, recognizing our spend with key prospects discussing new work, then tender its success rate. After that, they monitor the project performance effectiveness index, safety or loss control, and rework. Lastly, Rockwater have measured the length of project closeout cycle. Before the change in competitive landscape, Rockwater have focused their performance for each functional department, but now they shifted to measure that integrate key business process. By refining the metrics used for identification stage, they are able to make all employees of Rockwater realize the importance of building customer relationship and satisfying customer. Lastly, growth perspective. In here, Rockwater have included products and services innovation as well as improvement in financial, customer and also internal process performance. Therefore, they have comprised two measurements. First is to measure the effectiveness of product and services innovation. They have used percentage increase in revenue from new services. The other measurement is used to measure financial and internal process improvement. To do so, they have used index of range of improvement in safety and repeat business. Rockwater realized that in order to success in both areas, empowerment and employee motivation play a very important role. Therefore, a staff survey has been conducted to measure their attitudes along with metrics that track the number of employee submitted suggestions. Moreover, Rockwater also made use of revenue per employee measurement based on outcome of employee commitment and training programs. As a result of using a balanced scorecard, Rockwater Energy Solution was able to acknowledge the importance of customer feedback merits and also lift the value of the company for both types of customer in Rockwater.
For the last part of this presentation is benchmarking. What is benchmarking? Benchmarking can be defined as a technique of evaluating a company's performance by comparing it with the competitors or the overall industry. The comparison is of various performance metrics such as the quality of product or services, cost involved and etc. What is sustainability benchmarking? Sustainability benchmarks are a way of systematically evaluating the sustainability performance of voluntarily standards certification companies or other entities that aim to implement sustainability measures or create positive impacts.
So the advantages of benchmarking are, firstly, it provides objective performance view. So this means by using benchmarking, managers will have perspectives about their performance compared to other companies in all aspects. Secondly is to promote culture of changes. Benchmarking helps management to evaluate all aspects in comparison to their competitors. This leads companies to use various new and radical ways in order to achieve the high standard to compete with their competitors. The next one is standardized set of process. Benchmarking provides solid basis for performance comparison. This means that the companies are able to make comparison that is based on real life situation. This makes the benchmarking to be more realistic and making a more realistic set of standards. The last one is to identify improvements. By using benchmarking methods, it helps business in analyzing constraints in their business process and take actions to improve performance easily.
Just like balanced scorecard, benchmarking also have a limitation, and I will discuss two of it. Firstly, no proper solution. Benchmarking simply helps you to spot areas that needs improvement. It does not contribute to solving the issues at hand. Benchmarking can just be the first of many steps to improve a company's performance. And comparison of numbers only. Benchmarking simply compares the numbers. It does not consider the macro and micro factors that lead to your competitors of industry leaders to succeed or fail.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Mimi Shakira. Now I will present types of benchmarking. There are 4 types of benchmarking. First is internal benchmarking. Benchmark operation in the same organization in the larger business group. For example, benchmark operation between the departments. Next is competitive benchmarking. Benchmark with the companies which competing in the same industry. For example, Asia benchmark with the Malaysia Airlines. Next, industry benchmarking. Benchmark against companies that have similar interests and technologies within an industry. The performance measure and practices are directly comparable. For example, retail bank compare collection of customer data with trading customer. These two companies are in different industry but have similar interests. And the last one is best in class benchmarking. Benchmarking against the best practices that occur in any industry. It refers to the process, For example, a company that sells and delivers flowers can benchmark with the Pizza Hut delivery, like how they can guarantee delivery the pizza within 30 minutes. Now, I want to present about application or step of the benchmarking. First step is identify the activities to be benchmarked. The activities to be benchmarked will be those that are vital to the achievement of the objective of the business. They may include areas in which the company is experiencing performance problem. For example, Burger King wants to benchmark their performance in customer service. Next is choosing benchmark partners. The organization can choose any companies or other organization in the same or other industry. For example, Burger King can choose McDonald's as their benchmark partners. The third step is data collection and analysis. The company or organization should identify the performing gap between the company and needs to improve in order to achieve best practice. For example, McDonald's provides fast delivery and drive-thru to the customer. This is why many people prefer McDonald's rather than Burger King. The fourth step is establish performance goals. This involves planning new processes and practices to achieve performance goals and narrow the performance gap. Burger King should also provide the drive-thru or delivery or both to the customers. It is because it is easier for the customer to buy their food. The last step is implementing plans. Implementing of improved practices require ongoing measurement of performance to assess the extent of the performance gap and taking corrective action.
As a conclusion, performance measurement system and sustainability play an important role in planning and control process. It helps the manager to assess the value added by the various operation and activity in which engage. By using strategic performance measure, organization goals become more transparent to its stakeholder. It also provides an ongoing mechanism to monitor progress toward company goals through simple performance measure. Nowadays, the way our stakeholders evaluate the company is not solely based on its financial performance, but it depends on company overall performance, including social responsibility, customer and its employee. Therefore, using strategic performance measurement and sustainability is considered as powerful methodology can be used to close up the gap due to rapid changing in business environment. It is because a company able to quickly change their performance benchmark and cascade the change down to the company so they can work in concert to deliver on strategic goals.